As promised, the biggin, Eric Mika, back in Studio B.
Good to be back.
Hey, it's good to have you, man. Survived Valentine's Day, 6 months of marriage under your belt. We just talked to Keaton Kringland. He's got engaged.
Yep.
What advice would you give Keaton Kringland as a newlywed man?
I don't know. This is probably the toughest question you ever asked me. There's a lot of things you could. I don't know. There's a lot of good advice out there. I don't know. I think not as much changes as you think, and then the things that do change, you just gotta embrace it. Get used to it and love your new life, and then you'll be happy. That's how it is.
Just do the dishes, right?
And do the dishes. Make the bed. Fold the laundry.
Pick up a little bit every once in a while.
Honestly.
Do some things.
No, I'm kind of a neat freak, so we don't really have that problem at my house, which I think my wife is happy about.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Very cool.
All right, Eric, you and I have a connection that you probably are not aware of.
Nope.
My wife used to babysit your wife.
Oh, I did know that, actually. I did know that. I don't know why I knew that, but I did.
Well, it's probably because my wife talked to your wife at a women's basketball game and said, hey, I know you probably don't remember me, but I used to babysit you.
So I can thank your wife for the person that my wife is.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I was going to ask you, how much does that
game changer?
How much does that change our relationship? Because I'm pretty sure that means we're semi-related.
That's true. So I feel like normally uncles take nephews out to lunch every once in a while, so you tell me.
Okay.
Yeah, Jay, it's good call, Eric.
All right.
Yeah, where are you guys going to lunch,
Well,
family?
that backfired
Turn
on
the
me.
tables.
That backfired.
Eric Mika with us on BYU Sports Nation, one of 3 NCAA players averaging over 20 points a game and 9 rebounds, and has dramatically increased his free throw percentage. What's been the best part about this second season for you, Eric, coming off your freshman campaign and then a 2-year mission and then seeing so much growth?
I think it's been cool for me. It's cool for anyone to see hard work pay off. We've talked about things that I worked on in the off season, things that the coaches wanted me to work on, and I worked hard, and it's definitely paying off. I'm doing a lot better in some of those things. Honestly, this year has been the best for me because this team is awesome. I think, no offense whatsoever to any team I've ever played for. High school, AAU, or even my first year at BYU, but this year has just been an absolute blast because every guy on the team is just a good guy that wants the best for his teammates, and there's nobody who excludes, there's nobody who feels excluded, and it's been a lot of fun getting to know these guys and getting better with them.
Well, as you mentioned, there's a lot of guys on this team playing well. We'll ask you our Twitter question. Which player on this team do you think is poised to have the greatest impact down the stretch?
I don't know. That's another tough question because you said a lot of guys are playing well, and I think one good thing about this team, one of the best things about this team is any given night it could be someone else. I mean, we saw Yoli just absolutely explode on Saturday. He had 23 and 17, which, who does that? And, I mean, we know that Nick can go off. We know TJ can go off. We know Eli can go off. We know guys on the bench can come in and contribute big minutes. And so I think it's hard to pin one player, but if I'm going to, I'd put Eli up there as one of the potentials, just because I think he's still finding his game. He's got such a good game, and I think he's finally feeling really comfortable with it and how it fits into the system. And you can definitely see that in practice, and all of us are getting better together in practice. It's just got to translate a little bit more to the game, but it could be any of us, but I'll go with Eli.
It's obviously tough to be patient, and when your team is young and for whatever awful reason you've lost both seniors to injuries, LJ Rose and Kyle Davis, and so a young team got even younger. How do you manage the ups and downs that come with being a young college basketball team and try and stay positive and keep working hard?
Yeah, I think you said it right there. It's just staying positive and maybe seeing things from a bigger standpoint, from a greater perspective.
Oh, you mean you don't see everything in tunnel vision, Eric?
No, I try not to. That's why I was gone for 2 years. I tried figuring this out. But taking our hits and not just being down on ourselves, but learning from it and sticking together has been the biggest thing. And coaches have emphasized that game after game because if anyone's not happy with our performance in those games, it's us. Other people are upset, but the people that are the most bummed are us because we've worked hard. We love each other. We want to be successful together. So it's easy to get down on ourselves and think, oh well, it's over because we lost to this team or we lost this game. But it's all about moving forward, improving, not necessarily looking to the future like, oh well, this year's done, we'll worry about next year, because that's the wrong thing to do. But thinking, okay, we got another game, so let's just go win that. And I think we've done a decent job of responding to losses. Overall this season, we just got to get rid of those losses, respond well to wins.
You heard us mention in the headlines, we called it Payback Week to get against teams that you've had losses with. As you prepare to face these teams, is there a sense of we owe them as you prepare to take on these teams?
Yeah, I think there definitely is an edge to us as we're preparing, especially, the San Diego game is first, and so that's the game we're focused on. And between the two games that we lost, we definitely did not play like ourselves more in that San Diego game. And so I think we're excited, we're getting ready, and we have a definite edge to our preparation and to our mentality going into this game that I think we miss sometimes.
I'm fascinated by something that you just said, Eric Mika with this BYU Star Center on BYU Sports Nation, and that is, this is your favorite team that you've ever played on, despite the struggles and the frustrations that have come with, losses that you feel like, we shouldn't have those. But I guess there's something to the fact that when you go through struggles like that, it kind of brings you closer together and makes you a tight-knit group. What have you noticed about that dynamic and playing into why this is your favorite team?
I think whether you're having the best season with maybe one or two losses or you're having a tougher one like we've had, like you said, we've lost games that we know we shouldn't lose and that we're definitely capable of winning, and that's an understatement. But I think you realize once you get to a certain point in the season is that all you have is each other. It's great to have other people say you're awesome and you're the best and you feel good, but then about 10 minutes later, someone else is going to say something exactly the opposite. And so you really figure out quick how much you need each other, how much you depend upon each other, and how, at the end of the day, you're the guys that know what's going on in practice. You're the guys that did all the sprints and all the weightlifting in the summer and struggled together. So being able to do that with guys you like and guys that you respect and guys that you love is something really special.
My nephew, Eric Mika, joining us here in Studio B.
When are you going to lunch, Unc?
Yeah, really.
Yeah. I was really impressed with the way the team performed at San Francisco. I thought that was a really big win. How much did you guys need to have that type of positive outcome on the road?
Yeah, I think we needed it for a number of reasons, and I think number one was we need to win on the road. Coach was excited coming into Monday and Tuesday's practices because he said we won on the road and we didn't talk to the refs. And so that's big for us because that's been a problem, both of those things. And so for us to go do both of those things against a good San Francisco team that's right behind us in the WCC standings was big time as a confidence booster, and this game's all about confidence. So,
talking with Eric Mika in Studio B on BYU Sports Nation. What are your goals for the rest of this season? Because everybody's excited about the future and what lies ahead. But you said, look, we still got things to accomplish this year. What are your goals for the rest of this season?
Yeah, that's actually a good question. Funny, I have written in my notes of my phone goals for the rest of the season. So I still got to sit down and really think about different things, both individual and from a team standpoint. But, when I look at it from a big picture, I think we have two of the top 25 teams that we're playing in the next 2 weeks, and then we'll probably get a third, maybe a fourth shot at them within 2 more weeks after that.
Yeah, it's a unique opportunity, in a condensed amount of time.
It's a really unique opportunity that not a lot of teams get at this point of the season, both where we're at and where the season is at. And so we just need to win games. We need to play better against teams we lost to. We lost to 3 of these 4 teams, and just take one at a time and prove to everyone, but more importantly to ourselves that we're better than we've played before. And if this is when you catch momentum, then that's awesome because it's a lot better than figuring it out maybe later and then dropping off right now. But coming together right now is a definite goal for us, and just kind of hitting our high right at the right moment.
I don't know how many people bring it up to you specifically. I know it's something that's talked about with fans, but when people bring up the NBA stuff with you, is that something that bothers you? How do you handle that?
I think it's same kind of thing, same kind of mindset. Is I just tell people, and I wouldn't say it bothers me. People can ask questions, that's normal, but I let them know I'm focused on one game at a time, and that's the way we got to do it. We got to finish this season strong. What happens in the future really doesn't matter to me because we have some big games to go win.
Eric Mika with us, and we thank you for coming in, man, during a busy week, revenge week here.
Revenge week, man.
on BYU Sports Nation, as we've dubbed it. Let's give you some BYU Sports Nation karma, man,
All right.
for the San
Give it
Diego
to
and
me.
St. Mary's games. I know you're amped up for these games, man.
I am. I may be playing it cool, but I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go.
I'll see you at the family reunion in the
Okay,
summer.
good. I'll see you there, man.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, you better live up to the billing now, Jason. You set yourself up.
I just want to make sure I'm the cool uncle. That's all I care about.